So, for context, I have never played EXCITEBIKE before in my life. I have never even heard of EXCITEBIKE until I played a track dedicated to it in Mario Kart 8, and that really didn't spike my interest in any way. However, I was one of the designers on Trials Fusion and Trials of a Blood Dragon, and the lead game designer of Trials Rising. So while going through the game databases to see which titles I need to include in my ranking for this series, I saw EXCITEBIKE, the screenshots, the footage. Obviously this is not Trials, but it's a bike game with physics manipulation as part of core gameplay, where you can play solo or competitively against AI on NES. Of course I had to try it, and by gods, is it fun! The physics are not complex and of course not compatible to modern games. In fact, they're more state-based than anything. While there is variant speed and a turbo button, what matters more for ramp jumping, for example, is your angle. And that defines whether it's gonna be a high jump or far jump, and how you can try to land earlier, how it's best to land with both wheels onto the ground to maintain the speed, and so on. And that is enough angle states to create a feeling of depth, but also remain easy to pick up and simple to learn. As such, it is satisfying to improve your time while figuring out how to best tackle any given track. It's fun to complete against AI, all of which have varying behavior and therefore add new dimensions to your decision making in comparison to solo riding. The only real problem to speak of is that the track selection is small. But you know what has always been one of the core aspects of the Trials franchise? Track editor and sharing, the possibility to create your own tracks and share them with people in the community. Imagine my surprise when I saw that EXCITEBIKE has a track editor. It's a bit rudimentary, and the ability to actually save and share tracks is available only in the Japanese version, but it's so cool to see functionality like this in a game from 1984. But honestly, even without the track creation aspect, there is enough content in the game if you are interested in mastery and shaving off those extra seconds, figuring out the best strategies on any given course, and that's very impressive for a game on NES. Now, look, when it comes to ranking, I think it should be understandable that any such endeavor is influenced deeply by personal biases, and my professional history with Trials is definitely a bias which has played a role in my interest and enjoyment of EXCITEBIKE. But that being said, the gameplay in this game is pretty simple but very polished. The depth is not of gigantic proportions, but what's there is enough to satisfyingly spend time mastering it. So I'm gonna put EXCITEBIKE pretty high. Not above Galaga, don't feel particularly comfortable about that because that's just such an elegant game in so many ways, but I do feel comfortable putting EXCITEBIKE above The Legend of Zelda. While Zelda might win on a conceptual and atmospheric level, it doesn't polish what it attempts to do nearly as much as EXCITEBIKE polishes what it attempts to do.